All right, so welcome to the deep dive. We like to get into all the crazy stuff happening in the crypto world, and especially lately, there's just been so much, um, like celebrity stuff going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I mean, every time I turn around, there's another celebrity launching a token or, I don't know, getting involved with some kind of
An
crazy.
NFT project or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. So we thought we would dive into this a little bit today, try to make sense of it all for ourselves and for you guys listening.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a wild world out there, especially with this Bitcoin bull market we're in. It
Mhm.
seems like everyone's looking for the next big thing. And with all this hype around meme coins, well, celebrities are definitely jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, a lot of people are probably wondering what's the deal with all this? Like, why are celebrities so drawn to crypto?
Well, I think there are a few reasons. Obviously, there's the potential for huge financial gains. I mean, we've all seen how volatile crypto can be. But that volatility can also lead to massive profits.
Yeah.
And I think for celebrities, it's also a way to stay relevant. Tap into a new audience,
Yeah.
a tech-savvy audience. And let's be real, attaching your name to something trendy like crypto can be a great way to boost your brand.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and then from the fans' perspective, I can see how it would be really appealing to, like, get in on the ground floor with your idol or whatever,
Okay.
have a little piece of that potential success.
Definitely. It's a powerful combination of, like, financial aspiration and fandom.
Yeah. But as we've seen, that potent cocktail can turn sour pretty quickly. I mean, we've been reading through all these articles about celebrities getting involved in crypto,
Right.
and some of these stories are just wild. Like, for example, there's this one about Haley Welch.
Oh, yeah, the Hawk Tuah woman.
Exactly. I mean, her story is just crazy. She goes from, like,
Yeah.
this random viral moment
Yeah.
to building a full-fledged brand.
Yeah, she's got merch, a podcast, even brand collaborations. It's pretty impressive.
It really is. Like, she really knew how to capitalize on that viral fame. And then, of course, the inevitable happened. The Haktua meme coin, HRK,
Right.
with a little nudge from Mark Cuban on her podcast, just kind of like a lighthearted endorsement. But the token launched, and it promptly crashed.
Wow.
Like 91% of its value in just 3 hours.
That's woof.
It is. And then, of course, everyone's like, oh, it's a rug pull. It's insider trading. What's going on?
Yeah, there were a lot of accusations flying around. But actually, CoffeeZilla did a pretty thorough investigation.
Yeah.
And it seems like it wasn't a classic rug pull, more like just a really, really badly managed launch.
Really? So what happened? Like,
Yeah.
how do you go from having Mark Cuban on your podcast to losing 91% of your token's value in 3 hours?
Well, it seems like there were a few things at play. There were these allegations of sniping, which is basically when people use bots to buy a ton of a token the second it launches,
Yeah.
which gives them this unfair advantage and can artificially pump up the price. And then it sounded like there was also some confusion about the tokenomics, like how the token was distributed and all that. So it just created this perfect storm for a crash.
Wow. So even with good intentions, things can go wrong.
Yeah.
Really wrong.
Yeah, for sure. The space is so volatile and there's so much that can go wrong, even if you're not trying to scam people.
Right. It's crazy. And it makes you wonder, like, why would someone like Haley Welch, who seems like she's pretty savvy, why would she make those kinds of mistakes?
I think it speaks to a broader issue we see with celebrities in crypto. There's this rush to capitalize on the hype, but often without really understanding the technology or the potential pitfalls.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's not just about a lack of knowledge,
Yeah.
but also a lack of, like, foresight.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to put it.
Okay, so let's move on to another interesting character in this whole celebrity crypto saga, Andrew Tate.
Oh, yeah.
You heard of him?
Yeah, how could you not?
I mean, he's a
Yeah.
controversial figure, to say the least, this whole masculinity influencer thing. But he decided to launch his own meme coin empire with a token called Daddy,
Right.
and his tagline was like, flip it for the patriarchy or something.
Yeah, pretty catchy.
Yeah, but also,
Kind of sus, right?
definitely. I mean, this token seems like a classic example of a pump and dump scheme.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me explain how it works. Basically, the creators, they artificially inflate the price of a token through hype and misleading information. They get all these investors to buy in. And then, once the price is high enough, they sell off all their holdings,
Oh, wow.
causing the price to plummet and leaving all those investors holding worthless tokens.
So they basically just pump it up and then dump it on everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's so messed up.
It is. And in Tate's case, it seems like there's some pretty strong evidence that this is what happened.
Really?
Yeah, Bubble Maps, this on-chain analytics platform, they found all this suspicious activity, pointing towards a potential pump and dump.
Wow.
Like there were allegations of insider trading and activity from wallets linked to Binance, which is a major cryptocurrency exchange. So not exactly transparent or ethical.
Not at all.
Man, this is getting dark.
Yeah, it highlights another big risk in this whole celebrity crypto thing. You've got this opaqueness of the space.
Yeah.
Combined with the influence of these celebrities,
Hmm.
just creates this perfect environment for manipulation.
Yeah. So while Welch's story seems like maybe it was just poor execution, Tate's Daddy Y token is raising some serious concerns about deliberate manipulation.
Yeah, it's a different level of shady.
Definitely. And speaking of shady, let's talk about Jack Doherty, the streamer.
Oh, yeah, the guy who crashed his McLaren live on stream.
Exactly. That was wild.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he decides to leverage all that attention to launch a meme coin called McLaren, of course.
Of course.
And then he gets accused of orchestrating a live-streamed rug pull.
Seriously.
Yeah, like he's on stream talking about this token, pumping up the price, and then allegedly he just dumps all his holdings right there on stream.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Like the audacity of it all.
It's almost impressive.
It is kind of bold.
Yeah. But also super messed up.
Definitely.
So we've gone from a viral catchphrase to a deliberate pump and dump to a live-streamed rug pull. I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Like, are we seeing a trend of celebrities exploiting their fans' trust to make quick profits in this unregulated space?
I think that's a valid question.
It's definitely something to think about. And it leads us to another story that underscores the risks involved in this whole celebrity crypto thing. Sean Kingston.
Oh, wow.
Remember him?
Yeah, beautiful girls, right.
Exactly. International fame, hit songs, and now he's facing fraud and theft charges.
Seriously.
Yeah, what happened?
So he launches this token called King, of course.
Of course.
And it crashes almost immediately. And now he's dealing with allegations of defrauding businesses of like over $500,000.
Wow, that's a huge fall from grace.
It really is. Like from chart-topping hits to legal troubles. It's crazy.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, did he just get in over his head? Or was it something more calculated? Yeah, it's hard to say. But it definitely shows that fame and fortune in the traditional world don't necessarily translate to success in the crypto world.
Right, and it also shows that even the biggest stars can get burned.
Exactly. Speaking of getting burned, let's head over to Nigeria, where Afrobeat star Davido decided to launch his own meme coin.
I've heard about this one.
Yeah, his token, also called Davido, of course,
Yeah.
had a really suspicious launch.
What do you mean?
So he got some initial capital, bought a large chunk of his own tokens,
Okay.
and then as the price peaked, he sold them all off, making a massive profit.
Wow.
And then, of course, the token's value plummeted.
Leaving a lot of investors holding the bag.
Yeah, it all happened so quickly. And the timing of his sell-off was just really sus.
That's not a good look.
Not at all. Even the Nigerian SEC issued a warning about meme coins, specifically referencing Davido's token.
Wow.
Yeah, his reputation definitely took a hit.
It seems like a recurring theme. Celebrities using their platforms to hype up these tokens.
Yeah.
And then cashing out before the inevitable crash.
Yeah, it's not a good trend.
It really raises questions about the ethics of it all. Are these celebrities genuinely interested in building value? Or are they just using their influence for personal gain?
Right. And it's not just individual celebrities either. We've also seen accusations of manipulation involving crypto influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, Jason Derulo and Caitlyn Jenner.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they both launched their own meme coins. Jason and Jenner, of course.
Of course.
And surprise, surprise, they both experienced massive price drops.
So did they orchestrate their own rug pulls too?
Well, not exactly. They're actually accusing this crypto influencer, Sahil Aurora, of orchestrating pump and dump schemes with their tokens.
So they're saying he used their tokens for his own profit.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that's messy.
It is. And there's actually some evidence to back up their claims. Bubble Maps found wallets linked to Aurora, holding large amounts of both tokens, and then dumping them after the initial hype.
So it's like a whole web of manipulation. Yeah. With celebrities and influencers profiting at the expense of their fans?
Exactly. And to make matters worse, Jenner is now facing a lawsuit, accusing her and her manager of defrauding investors.
Wow, so the legal ramifications are starting to catch up.
It seems like it. I mean, the SEC and other regulatory bodies are definitely starting to take notice of all this. Speculation and potential fraud in the celebrity crypto space.
Yeah, it's about time.
So, we've seen a lot of examples of celebrity crypto gone wrong. Crashed McLarens, pump and dump schemes, lawsuits. It's like the Wild West out there.
It really is.
It's exciting, it's risky, and it's full of potential pitfalls.
Yeah, and I think it's important to understand the forces at play here, the psychology behind it all.
Yeah, that's a good point. So before we get into how to navigate this wild world and how to spot the red flags, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why is celebrity crypto so appealing? What are the cultural and psychological factors that are driving all of this?
That's a great question.
There's definitely a lot more to unpack here than just the stories themselves.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. As we continue our deep dive into the captivating and complex world of celebrity crypto,
Sounds good.
oh,
Welcome back to the deep dive.
where we're, still trying to wrap our heads around this whole celebrity crypto thing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. I mean, we've seen some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, like some of these stories.
Yeah, from Haley Welch to Andrew Tate and Sean Kingston. It's like,
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if any of this is legit.
right. But before we, write off celebrity crypto entirely, I think we should zoom out a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Look at the bigger picture.
You're right. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in all the negative headlines.
Yeah.
But celebrity involvement in crypto isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Okay, so you're saying there are some potential benefits.
Absolutely. Like, think about it. Celebrities have a huge reach.
Yeah, that's true.
They can bring mainstream attention to this whole world.
Okay, so they could expose a whole new audience to like blockchain technology and all that.
Exactly. And that could be a good thing.
Okay, I see your point. So it's not all doom and gloom. But how do we, as, everyday investors or just curious observers, how do we separate the legit projects from the potential scams?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
And I think the answer lies in education and critical thinking.
Hmm.
Don't just blindly trust a project because your favorite celebrity is promoting it.
Yeah, easier said than done, though, right? Especially when you're being bombarded with all this hype.
Oh, no, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement, especially when you admire the person promoting it.
Right.
But you got to remember, celebrities are not financial advisors.
Yeah.
They're entertainers, influencers.
Business people.
Right. Their primary goal isn't to educate or protect their fans.
So we can't really rely on them to do our due diligence for us.
Got it. So what are some red flags we should be looking out for? Well, first and foremost, if it sounds too good to be true,
Yeah.
it probably is.
That's like a classic investment rule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it definitely applies to crypto.
Okay, so be wary of any projects promising like unrealistic returns or guaranteed profits.
Exactly. Another crucial thing to look at is the tokenomics.
Okay.
How is the token distributed? Are there large concentrated holdings that could potentially be dumped on the market,
Right.
causing a price crash?
Okay, so distribution is key.
It is.
What else?
Oh, transparency is huge.
Okay.
Are the developers and the team behind the project credible?
Right.
Do they have a track record of success?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You want to look for a clear and detailed white paper outlining the project's goals, the technology, the team,
Okay.
and it's always a good idea to research the developers themselves.
So do some background checks.
Exactly. Have they worked on other blockchain projects? Are they transparent about their work?
Okay, so doing your homework on the team is just as important as understanding the technology itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And don't underestimate the power of independent analysis and reviews.
Okay.
Like websites like Bubble Maps could provide some really valuable insights.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they analyze the on-chain activity of a project.
So you can actually see what's happening behind the scenes.
Exactly. It can help you spot potential red flags, like suspicious transactions or large token transfers.
So that could indicate like a pump and dump.
Exactly.
Okay, so it sounds like protecting yourself comes down to a few key things. Don't fall for unrealistic promises. Scrutinize the tokenomics. Research the team. And check out independent analysis.
You got it.
Okay, good. Now this brings up an interesting point. We've talked about the motivations of celebrities, but what about the psychology of their fans? Like, why are they so susceptible to these endorsements?
Yeah, that's a fascinating aspect of this whole thing. I think part of it is just this inherent human desire to be associated with success.
Yeah.
We admire celebrities, and we often want to emulate their behavior. So when a celebrity endorses a crypto project, it can feel like a shortcut to their level of success.
Okay, so it's like buying a piece of their lifestyle or their good fortune.
Exactly. And then there's this powerful psychological effect called social proof.
Oh.
When we see other people investing in something, especially someone we admire. It validates our own interest.
Yeah.
It makes us more likely to invest as well.
So it's like a combination of aspiration, trust, and maybe even a little bit of herd mentality.
Precisely. And this psychological susceptibility is something that scammers exploit.
Yeah.
They understand the power of celebrity influence,
Right.
and they use it to manipulate unsuspecting fans.
Okay, so even in the decentralized world of crypto, human psychology and these traditional power dynamics are still at play.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
And it's interesting to see the parallels to other industries where celebrity endorsements have backfired.
You mean like those weight loss products?
Yeah, exactly.
Or beauty creams that promise miracle results?
Right. We've seen it time and time again. Celebrities lending their credibility to products or services that don't live up to the hype.
And sometimes causing financial harm to their fans.
Exactly.
So the crypto world isn't unique in this regard, but what makes it different is the level of risk
Yeah,
and the speed at which things can move.
absolutely. The volatility of the crypto market, combined with the lack of regulation, creates this high-stakes environment.
Yeah.
Fortunes can be made and lost overnight.
Wow.
And that amplifies the potential consequences of both good and bad celebrity endorsements.
So it really is a double-edged sword. Celebrities can bring attention and legitimacy to the space, but their involvement also comes with these inherent risks.
Exactly. And it's up to each individual to weigh those risks
Right.
and make informed decisions.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits, the inherent risks of celebrity crypto, the psychological factors at play, and the importance of critical thinking. But before we move on to the next part, I'd love to hear your final thoughts on this whole phenomenon.
Well, it's a fascinating and rapidly evolving landscape. And while these stories we've discussed highlight the potential for manipulation and exploitation, I don't think we should completely dismiss the positive aspects of celebrity involvement.
You mean like their ability to raise awareness and attract investment?
Exactly. Celebrities can be powerful advocates for innovation and adoption. But for this to happen ethically and sustainably, we need greater transparency, education, and accountability.
Transparency from the projects themselves, education for both celebrities and their fans, and accountability for those who exploit their influence for personal gain.
Precisely. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions.
Yeah.
But by understanding the forces at play, we can navigate this space more effectively and mitigate the risks.
So it's not about demonizing celebrities
Right.
or dismissing the potential of crypto, but rather about promoting a more informed and responsible approach
Well said.
to this intersection of fame, finance, and technology.
I like that.
So as we move into the final part of this deep dive, let's shift our focus to what individuals can do to protect themselves in this wild world of celebrity crypto. All right, so welcome back to the deep dive.
For the final part of our, deep dive into this whole celebrity crypto thing.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, from like the promise of innovation to like the rampant manipulation we've seen.
Oh, and all those ethical questions around celebrity endorsements.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. But before we leave you to ponder the fate of meme coins and all that, we want to equip you with some tools to navigate this wild world, right?
Right, exactly.
Knowledge is power, especially in a space like this.
Absolutely.
So what are the key takeaways? Like, what can our listeners do to protect themselves and make informed decisions?
Okay, so first and foremost, educate yourself.
Yeah.
Don't just rely on celebrity endorsements or like flashy marketing campaigns.
No, do your own research.
Exactly. Take some time to understand the basics, like how blockchain technology works, how cryptocurrencies work.
Yeah, there are tons of resources out there, like articles, videos, podcasts, online courses. Invest a little time in learning the fundamentals.
Exactly, it's worth it.
And also, don't be afraid to be a little skeptical, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if something sounds too good to be true,
It probably is.
yeah, don't let the allure of, like, quick riches cloud your judgment.
Right, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand something,
Yeah.
seek clarification.
The crypto community is generally pretty welcoming to newcomers, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are tons of forums and online communities where you can connect with experienced users.
Okay, so don't be shy.
Right.
What else?
Well, like we've been saying, do your own research.
Yeah,
Don't just take a celebrity's word for it.
right.
Look into the project yourself. Read the white paper. Scrutinize the tokenomics. Research the team behind the project.
Yeah, due diligence is key.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And use tools like bubble maps to analyze the on-chain activity. Look for any red flags.
Okay, so look for things like large, concentrated token holdings, suspicious transactions, any signs of manipulation.
Exactly.
Got it. And remember, it's okay to say no, right?
Well, yeah.
Just because a celebrity you like is endorsing a project doesn't mean you have to invest.
Right. Trust your gut.
Yeah. Don't feel pressured to jump on the bandwagon.
Don't let FOMO get the best of you.
FOMO, right?
Fear of missing out.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a powerful force.
And lastly, remember that this landscape is constantly changing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's hot today might be gone tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So stay curious, stay informed.
And be prepared to adapt.
Yeah, good advice.
It's an exciting space.
It is.
Full of opportunities, but
Yeah.
also challenges.
Definitely.
But if you approach it with a critical mindset,
Yeah.
you can increase your chances of success.
And avoid the pitfalls.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
let's leave our listeners with this final thought.
Okay. The allure of fame and the promise of, quick riches can be really powerful forces. But in the end, the real power lies in knowledge,
Yeah.
critical thinking,
Right.
and the courage to make your own informed decisions.
Well said. That's the true path to navigating this world.
I think so.
This exciting, unpredictable world of cryptocurrency.
It's a wild ride.
It is. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.